as you asked. She had been known by many titles across the station, but none of them were kind. Some called her the Veiled One, others whispered harsher names when they thought she could not hear. Monster, Curseborn, Shadowface 4. Over 20 years, she had never shown her face to anyone. Not to her own people. Not to the station, elders. Not even to the medical. The staff who treated her wounds through layers of cloth and light shields. Her name was Lyra. She lived on the outer ring of Haven Station, a place where damaged ships docked and forgotten species gathered. The station itself was ancient, patched together by different civilizations over centuries. Its lights flickered, its metal groaned, and its air always smelled faintly of ozone and old oil. Lyra moved through its corridors like a ghost. She wore a smooth mask of dark alloy that covered her entire face, merging seamlessly with the hooded cloak she never removed. The mask was not ceremonial, it was not decorative. It was protection, for others, and for herself. Long ago, when she was still a child, her people had learned the truth about her species. Their faces carried patterns of bioluminescent lines that reacted to emotion, beauty to some, terror to others. Under stress, those patterns intensified, triggering fear responses in many alien nervous systems. Wars had started because of it. Mass hysteria, violence, death. So her species hid themselves away, and those born later, like Lyra, were taught one rule above all others: never reveal your face. Lyra obeyed. She worked as a systems technician on Haven Station, repairing life support relays and stabilizing failing power grids. She was good at it, quiet, reliable, invisible, until the human arrived. His name was Elias. He came aboard Haven Station on a damaged exploration ship, its hull scorched and engines barely functional. Humans were still rare thus far from their territory, and the station buzzed with rumors when he arrived. They said humans were unpredictable, too emotional, too stubborn, too brave for their own good. Elias was assigned temporary quarters near the outer ring, close to where Lyra worked. He often passed her in the corridors, nodding politely when others avoided her presence. He never stared at her mask. That alone unsettled her. Most beings could not help themselves. Curiosity, fear, disgust, fascination. Something always slipped through, but Elias treated her as if the mask was just another face. One cycle. A power surge struck the outer ring. Emergency lights flared red. Gravity fluctuated. Sirens echoed through the station. Lyra was already moving before the alarms. Finished sounding, she climbed through access shafts, her gloved hands steady as she reached the damaged relay chamber. The surge had overloaded the If she did not reroute the system manually, the entire ring would depressurize. She worked fast, sweat cooling beneath her cloak. Then the floor shook. A secondary blast threw her against the wall. Pain shot through her side as debris collapsed around her. The lights went out completely. For the first time in years, Lyra felt fear sharpen into something dangerous. A bioluminescence stirred beneath her skin. She fought it down, pressing her palm to her chest, breathing slow. If the light flared too strong, even through the mask, it could trigger automated alerts. Security would arrive. Questions would follow. She pushed herself upright. That was when she heard footsteps. Flashlight beam cut through the darkness. Elias emerged from the smoke, coughing, his face streaked with grime. He froze when he saw her injured form. "You are hurt," he said. His voice was calm, grounded, human. Lyra tried to wave him away, but the pain betrayed her. She staggered. Before she could object, Elias was at her side, supporting her weight. "You should not be here," she said. Her voice came out strained. He smiled faintly. "Someone has to keep the station from falling apart. Looks like that someone is you. I just follow alarms." He guided her to a stable platform and checked the damage around them. "The relay is shot," he said. "Can you fix it?" "Yes," Lyra replied. "But I need light and time." "Then you have both," he said without hesitation. He stood guard while she worked, his flashlight steady, his presence oddly reassuring. When her hands trembled, he did not comment. When the bioluminescent patterns pulsed brighter beneath her skin, he did not notice. Or if he did, he said nothing. Together they stabilized the system. Gravity returned. Emergency lights dimmed back to normal. When it was over, Lyra sagged against the wall, exhausted. Elias offered her a small ration pack. "Eat," he said. "You earned it." She hesitated. Sharing food was intimate among her people. She accepted. From that day on, Elias sought her out, not intrusively, just quietly present. They shared maintenance shifts, walked the long corridors during artificial night cycles. He spoke of Earth, blue skies, rain, music that made humans cry for reasons they could not explain. Lyra listened. She never spoke of her face until the day the station council summoned her. A diplomatic envoy was arriving, a species known for violent reactions to bioluminescent triggers. The council feared an incident. They demanded Lyra remain confined during the visit. She agreed outwardly. Inside, something broke. That night, she stood alone in her quarters, staring at her reflection. The mask stared back, flawless and empty. For years, it had been safety. Now it felt like a prison. Elias found her there, Concern etched across his face. They are afraid, he said quietly, of what they do not understand. So are you, she replied. He did not deny it. But fear is not the same as hate, he said, and it should not decide who you are. Silence stretched between them. Lyra's hands rose to the edge of her mask. Her heart thundered. I have never shown my face, she said. If I do, you may fear me. Or worse. Ilias met her gaze through the dark lenses. Then I will face that fear, he said, like humans always do. Head on. Slowly, carefully, Lyra removed the mask. Light bloomed across her skin. Lines of soft blue and violet traced her face, shifting gently with her breath. Her eyes glowed faintly, reflecting centuries of inherited caution and quiet longing. She waited for the flinch, the recoil, the fear response. It never came. Elias stared, awe softening his expression. You are beautiful, he said, not because of the light, but because you trusted me with it. Lyra felt tears gather, luminous and warm for the first time in her life. She was seen. When the envoy arrived, the next cycle, it was Elias who stood before the council. He argued calmly, firmly. Humans, he said, had learned something vital among the stars. Strength was not found in weapons or fear. It was found in choosing understanding when fear was easier. Lyra was allowed to remain. She wore her mask in public, still cautious, but in quiet corridors, during long shifts. She removed it for one human. And slowly, others began to ask questions instead of turning away, because one human chose not to fear. What was different, and one hidden face changed the station forever.